Today we're going to talk about markup and markdown. If you remember last week, we talked about the percent proportion and percent increase and decrease. When we did percent increase and decrease, we had part over whole equals percent over 100. Well, if we're talking about markdown is a discount, and it's one type of percent decrease. And remember, when you did the percent decrease, you did your percent proportion and then you subtracted at the end. With the markup, it's one kind of percent increase. So you did your percent proportion and then you added at the end. So if we had a markup, we would do the percent proportion and then add. So in this case, the markup would be the part. You would have the original cost equals your percent over 100. So when you solve for the markup, you would have to add it back to the original. So you would do the percent proportion and then you would add. The other thing is when you had a sales price or a percent decrease, you would take your markdown over the original equals percent over 100. After you solve this percent proportion, you would then subtract. You would subtract the original minus the markdown. So in this case, you add. In this case, you subtract at the end. All right, let's look at an example. A toy store buys kites from a supplier for K dollars. The store owner decides to mark up the price of each kite by 30%. What is the retail price of a kite that the supplier sells for $60? Okay, this shows you a percent strip diagram. I'm going to show you the percent proportion. So first thing I look at is the percentage. Every percentage is out of 100. So the first thing that I'm going to write is 30 over 100. I know that 60 is my whole, or 60 is the original. It's going to go on the bottom. So I'm going to find the markup. Well, the way that I do that is I do the cross product rule. So I'm going to do 60 times 30. So I'm going to say 60 times 30. And I got 1,800. Well, then I have to divide by 100. When I divide by 100, I can do the zero trick. Here's a 0, a 0, a 0, a 0. So I'm left with x is 18. Okay, the part is 18, the markup. Well, remember, with markup, you have to add the original and the markup. So you have to do an extra step here, 60 plus 18. And you're going to get $78. So this is using the percent proportion. This is using a diagram. All right, let's look at another problem. Okay, it says problem number 1, find the retail price. A store buys soccer balls for $5. The markup is 45%. This shows you using decimals. I'm going to show you the percent proportion. Well, remember, every percentage is out of 100. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write 45 over 100. Okay, well, 5 is the original price. It is the whole. It's going to go on the bottom. I'm going to do the cross product rule. I'm going to say 45 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2 is 22. Well, then I have to divide by 100. Remember when I divide by 100, it's like the decimal moves 2 hops to the left according to the 2 Dr. Pepper rule. So I get $2.25. This is a markup. Well, remember you take the original plus the markup and you add them together. So line up the dot, $5. If the decimal's not in sight, it's on the right. You are going to add them up and you're going to get $7.25. So with markup, you do a percent proportion and then add your markup to the original. All right, let's look at an example of a markdown. So with the markdown, you take the original price of the sweater is $60. On sale, the markdown is 20%. Find the sale price. Every percentage is out of 100. You are going to write 20 over 100. Then you're going to take your original. Your original is your whole. It goes on the bottom. You are finding the part or the sell price. So you have to do the cross product rule. You are going to do 60 times 20. So you are going to get 1,200. Then you have to divide by 100. When you divide by 100, there's the zero trick. So you're going to get X is 12. Well, this is a markdown. With markdowns, you do subtraction or cells. You take the original minus the markdown. 60 minus 12. When you do this, you're going to get $48. All right, flip it over to the back side. All right, on the back side, it says apply the markup for each item, then find the retail price. Round to 2 decimal places when necessary. Step 1, set up your percent proportion. So the original cost is $45. The markup is 20%. Every percentage is out of 100. You take the original cost, you put it on the bottom. You do the cross product rule. You're going to say 45 times 20. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 4 is 8. Plus 1 is 9. You get $900. You are going to divide by 100. 900 divided by 100 is 9. Since this is a markup, you are going to add the original plus the markup. So we are going to add 45 plus 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. 4 plus 1 is 5. We get 54. All right, let's take a look at another markup. The original cost is $7.50. The markup is 50%. Every percentage is out of 100, so 50 over 100. The original cost is going to go on the bottom. We are finding the markup, so we are going to do 50 times 750. All right, so 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 5 is 25. 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 5 is 35. Add it up. 0D plus 1D is 375. Well, we have to divide by 100. Remember when you divide by 100, it's like moving the decimal 2 places to the left. So we get $3.75. Since this is a markup, we add the original plus the markup. Line up the dot and give it all you got. So we have 5. 7 plus 5 is 12. 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 1 is 11. We get 1125. All right, let's look at the last two. These are markdowns. It says apply the markdown for each item, then find the sale price. Round to 2 decimal places when necessary. So the original price is $150. The markdown is 40%. Every percentage is out of 100. So we are going to say 40 out of 100. The original goes on the bottom. We're going to do the cross product rule. So 150 times 40. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. Now we have to do 6,000 divided by 100. When we divide that by 100, we're going to get 60. This is a markdown. Well, remember with markdown, you take the original minus the markdown. So we are going to do 150 minus 60. When we get this, we end up with 90. Notice how this problem is different. With markdowns and sales and discount, we set up our percent proportion and then we subtract. All right, the last one. The original price is $18.99. The markdown is 25%. Every percentage is out of 100. So we are going to say 25 over 100. The original is $18.99. So we are going to do the cross product rule. So $18.99 times 25. 5 times 9 is 45. 5 times 9 is 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. 5 times 8 is 40, plus 4 is 44. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 4 is 9. The first row is 9495. Put a placeholder. 2 times 9 is 18. 2 times 9 is 18, plus 1 is 19. 2 times 8 is 16, plus 1 is 17. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. The second row is 37980. We add it up. We get 5, 17, 14, 17, and 4. 2D plus 0D is 2D. So we have 474.75. Well, we still have to divide by 100. So when we divide by 100, remember it's like the decimal hops 2 places to the left. When it hops 2 places to the left, we get 4.7475. Well, in money, you can't have 4.7475, so you stop at the hundreds. You round. You get $4.75. Now, since this is a markdown or a discount or a sale, you are going to subtract the original minus the discount or the markdown. So minus 475. Whoops. 475. So when I subtract, 9 minus 5 is 4. 9 minus 7 is 2. 8 minus 4 is 4. We get $14.24.